Dust is in my eyes, my blood is on the ground. Quiet little chuckle and the shuffling of the boots of the coward that shot me down. He turns toward the sunrise and I hear him softly say, I guess you've met your natural man as the colors fade to gray.
Howdy, partners. Dust and Blood is a rabble-rousing, rootin'-tootin', bronco-bustin' podcast not suitable for the ears of youngins. Take a gander at the content warnings and listen with care.
Welcome to Dust and Blood, a narrative play podcast set in the wild, weird fantasy west. I'm Blake, your GM, and our players are Keith Curtis as Jasper Graves, Corinne Hill as Myra Sting, Zach Parker as Maz Copernicus Pryor, and Gail Parker as Bonesaw. Last time on Dust and Blood, the gang arrived at the Witchmarket. After turning down guidance from a suspicious Jack and making nice with the lamplighters, the group checked out supernatural weapons and boffers, bows, and blasters. So you're out on the street. As you look around, the area, it has not changed at all. You're pretty sure you spent a good hour, maybe, in the shop. It's still that kind of almost perpetual twilight out. You still have Fae walking around. There are stalls all around you, people hawking their wares in various languages. You actually see some brownies gathering together to carry a single way too big shoe. Like, it has to be the shoe for a giant. And they're all just carrying it down the street, just...
Brownies like the dessert?
No, so brownies are...
Little house elves.
Yeah, they're little brown puffballs. They're very similar to Miyazaki, the little soot sprites.
Okay.
But bigger and uglier.
Got it.
They're not as cute.
Those are some special-looking brownies.
All right, so... do you think it makes sense if we're going to do some shopping, should we just stop by the memory bank and get some local currency?
Suppose that makes sense.
Do you think that's how that works? Besides, weren't we halfway to the clock tower?
As it stands right now, from what you can tell, Boffers is kind of halfway between the outer ring of all of these shops and towards the center where the fountain is. The clock tower is further out on the edge. From what you remember as you were making your way in, the further out you get, the sparser and easier to travel it is. There are less tightly packed stalls, so you have a bit more maneuverability. You can, because you know where it's at, you can see how to get to the clock tower from where you're at. And then you don't know specifically where the memory bank is. You just know that you need to go to the clock tower.
So just thinking about our list, we've got to take the coin to the fountain, but we're going to have some fun along the way, of course. And then I know Maz said he needed a drink before seeing a lawyer, so we're going to hit up Ray's. So fountain, Ray's, Dust, somewhere in there, but also shopping.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I don't see any problem with shopping. I'm just looking out for Maz's immortal soul.
Well, I'm looking out for booze.
Maz? No. Soul. It's an important thing. Remember how terrible you felt last time you had an altercation with that there fiddle? Well, maybe I felt terrible. One of us felt terrible.
And I'm telling you, that's what the drink is for.
Well, now that makes sense. Lead on.
All right, fountain it is. Bonesaw runs and snaps against the leash a little bit.
I forgot about the leash.
For half a second, Maz will actually have both feet off the ground as he's lurched forward.
Literal, like, Looney Tunes cartoon.
I'm gonna roll a...
roll a reflex save for me.
Should that be against me?
Yeah, make either an athletics check or, I'd even say a CMB.
Yeah, you're probably...
Oh,
wow.
13? We tied.
Tied. What happens?
Tie goes to the defender.
Okay.
Yeah, Maz, you manage to barely, you are in the air, and you actually fly over the head of 2 or 3 small fae that are walking, and they look up, and they're just like, the hell?
Bones easy now.
A boggle is staring up at you, and, its little curved horns, very confused, as you fly over it and land and yank back enough to keep Bonesaw from just darting off. Bonesaw, as you are drawn back, you find yourself in front of a stall that appears to be selling the weirdest assortment of sticks. These don't look like wands, they don't look like any sort of magical thing, they just look like a bunch of sticks. And a Dryad is standing in the stall, cocks its wooden head, and says, "Nanayo, oinama,
Oh, what have you got here?
damon hod."
Do I still have my translation potion working?
I think at this point, Comprehend Languages has faded.
Bonesaw rustles around in his pouch where he keeps his components, and he says, I really just... Do you think it's a new day? We haven't really rested. The air here just feels so suffused with magic. I really wonder... Can I try to, cast magic that I haven't prepared? Draw it out of the air?
Make an Arcana check for me.
14.
Roll 1d100 for me, please.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh, wild magic check.
Maybe I'll get comprehend language. 26.
26.
Fireball.
God damn it.
What? There's no way.
You pour this, and as you begin to shake it, it starts to glow incredibly bright, brighter than the sun for just a moment, and the vial that you shook this up in explodes out.
Oh! So sorry.
Hit the dirt.
My bad.
The Dryad looks at you and says, "That was a bit too much, don't you think?"
Oh my god, it worked!
Yes!
You are affected
MVP move.
by fucking comprehend languages. Because
Oh my god.
Clutch move.
rolling a 26 is the target is affected as if targeted by the spell.
That's fortunate. And Bonesaw.
Very fortunate, especially considered that the one just below it is Zone of Truth appears centered on the caster.
Oh man.
Alright, so we've learned some things. I can cast whatever I want without cost, aside from random magical effects, possibly. Also, I can understand this fellow now.
You mean you couldn't understand me before?
No, sorry, what were you speaking? What are you speaking?
I'm speaking Sylvan, like everyone else here.
Oh, do you all understand him? Was it like an explosive, everyone can do it, kind of?
Nobody else can understand him.
Darn.
Myra's standing there scratching her head.
Jasper's taken 5 steps back from Bonesaw.
Oh, wait. How exactly does comprehend languages? Can you remind me of the wording of it?
Yes. You understand the spoken words of creatures or read otherwise incomprehensible written messages.
That's all you can hear, then.
As opposed to...
There might have been other things that you could hear if it affected different things.
Okay. What have you got for sale here?
I have clippings from my home tree and several of the others of my clan.
Oh. Bonesaw will translate for everyone.
What did the sticks do, if I may ask?
What do you mean, what do the sticks do? They're sticks from my tree.
The sticks from his tree.
Myra blinks.
Fascinating.
and just decides to nod and go, oh, yes. Yes.
Are you in the market to adopt? Bonesaw will pull out his Goodberry bush, which is probably quite wilted by now.
I forgot about that.
Oh, no.
You've just been carrying it?
Yeah. I've been meaning to sell it.
Is it a pocket full of dirt?
It's been ages.
I got a jar of dirt.
Let me roll something for this guy. Rolled a 28.
What for?
He looks at it, gets a little bit closer, then he picks up one of his sticks and says, you can't understand the language, however, it sounds very much like the rustling of branches.
Huh. Oh no. He's getting the bush to dish on me.
Make a reflex save for me.
And then.
Oh no.
Oh,
Nat 20!
a nat 20.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm doing it great.
As you do this, all of the sticks that are leaning up begin to shake
Oh,
and fall down and lunge at you
oh
Uh-oh.
and begin to try and wrap around your legs, Bonesaw. And the Dryad stands up tall and says, you dare disrespect a plant like this, I will have your head, you mortal.
Bonesaw, what's going on?
no. Bonesaw doesn't translate that word for word. He turns to everyone and says, there's been a small misunderstanding, but it's fine. We're all fine.
Bones, I think it's time we go.
Yes.
Make a will save for me, Bonesaw.
Shit. 9?
The Dryad says, stop!
Uh-oh.
And suddenly you feel like this Dryad is a good friend to you, Bonesaw.
Boy.
Oh,
In fact, you know that this Dryad is a friend and an ally.
my best buddy, Mr. Dryad.
You were being currently threatened, so that got a +4, but that's still below the DC, so the sticks are beginning to form themselves into what appears to be a wooden wolf. The Dryad extends a wooden finger and starts crooking it towards you. Come over here, little mortal.
Oh, of course.
I have a gift for you.
Anything for my best friend. I'm just going to go sit with this fellow.
Unfortunately, I'm connected to the idiot, so if Bonesaw moves, Maz moves.
Yep, Maz, you're starting to get dragged back towards the person.
Bonesaw, what's going on? What's he doing?
I'm just gonna sit with my friend. He wants me to go over there.
Can I get a vibe check from the Dryad that he's gonna fuck up Bonesaw?
You don't even need to make a sense motive check.
Okay.
You heard the bellowing, Cornathina, Tana boy Hoyata, that he was saying that the Bonesaw understood.
So he seems really angry.
Oh yeah, very.
All right, Bones, that's enough.
He seems so angry that the wood of its body seems to be like curling with a little bit of smoke.
Maz is gonna try and plant himself and prevent Bonesaw from advancing.
Myra's gonna help and be like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, just give me a strength check or a CMB. And then Bonesaw, what's your CMD?
23.
Oh, she got a nat one.
Oh no.
17. Okay.
17? Yeah, unfortunately, Bonesaw is more than happy to walk forward right into the maws of this timber wolf.
Maz will have his heels dug into the ground going, fuck.
Let's hoist and run. Maz, is, as far as I know, is still holding on to the other end of Bonesaw's leash. I'm going to grab that leash, hand it to Smokey, and say, Smokey, rescue! And I'm going to point towards the fountain.
Thank God.
Have Smokey make a CMB.
Ooh, 21!
21 from Smokey!
Smokey is so close to being able to pull. You know what? I'll say with all of you, Myra is not helping this. I will say between all of this, it is enough that you'll be able to get Bonesaw away, but not before he takes a vicious nat 20 bite from the wolf.
Fucking hell.
Oh my god.
Gonna call that a learning experience.
Go ahead and re-roll your will save
Okay.
now that you've been attacked.
13?
+4 because you're actively being threatened. Yeah, you break out of that.
Ouch! Bad dog!
It growls. As it clamps down on your arm, it only does 3 points of damage. Oh, it gets another attack against you.
Oh no.
Oh no. That would be a nat 1 on its second attack. And as a part of this attack, it tries to clamp down on your arm, and you see half of its teeth just break off.
Wow! That's... You know, if you weren't being so mean right now, I might offer you a new set, but as it is, got to go! Goodbye, Stickman! See you later!
Smokey very quickly starts to trot off, pulling Bonesaw behind. Moz is kind of hanging from the rope that is being held by Smokey, and Bonesaw, you're being dragged along. Goodberry Bush just losing leaves to the ground as it goes.
Slow down, damn it!
Do you all continue to chase after Smokey? Smokey is in the process of trying to get to the fountain.
Yeah. I think at this point, Moz is probably going to try and hand off the Bonesaw leash, saying, "Here, take it!" And give it to Jasper, probably, who I'd assume has a little bit more strength or reason than Moz. It's not a cursed item, but it kind of feels like it.
After we're sure I'm not being chased, or we're not being chased, I'm gonna call Smokey off.
You get a distance away, and it seems like the Dryad didn't come after you, neither did the stick wolf, but Bonesaw has a pretty nasty gash in the arm where it bit him.
Seems you made another friend there.
Oh, that looks like that stings.
Oh, it's fine. Okay, lesson learned. Don't talk to people who are selling sticks.
Yeah, that's the lesson I'd take away.
He's gonna pull out some mundane medical supplies, and I'm just gonna roll heal and heal myself naturally.
Can you heal yourself being a zombie and all with that?
Yes,
Oh.
except
Not
I
with a
rolled
nat one.
nat one.
You're just having a day, aren't you?
Roll 1d4 for me, please. 4 points of damage. You do more damage to yourself than the wolf did to you.
Oops! Oh, you know, Bonesaw just like wraps it up and puts it away, so that nobody can see how much he fucked it up.
Can I do an insight check to see?
Yeah, roll bluff.
I want to look after our buddy.
That Harvard degree coming in clutch.
13.
11. So she does not see it.
Yeah, Bonesaw seems to be on the level.
It's fine. I'm a doctor. It's fine.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What on earth happened?
Well, I'm a little unsure. I offered to maybe sell him the plant as a plant child. I thought, you know, he's a sort of plant man. He might like my plant that I've been trying to sell. And as you can see, it's not in the best condition because I don't really... I mean, I do have a green thumb, but not in the idiomatic sense. And so it has perhaps suffered a bit under my care unintentionally, and I'm pretty sure he asked the plant how it had been doing, and the plant had some pretty damning things to say. So, but then he was my very good friend for a moment there, and then things got a little fuzzy. Yes.
Is the bush still with us?
Yes, Bonesaw is holding on to the bush through all of this.
Okay.
It does not look good. It's lost
And
more.
it apparently hates Bonesaw.
Well, that's okay. It'll have a new owner as soon as I can pawn it off. Bonesaw stuffs it back in his pocket. So, fountain?
Yeah, who has the coin?
I do. She kind of blinks at the plant and then remembers, oh yeah, I have the coin, and she takes out the coin.
The little witch on the coin is just laughing silently, just
Well, hold on now. Our friend got hurt. That's not funny. She's kind of tries to scold the coin, but then it feels very strange that she's scolding a coin.
It's just curious. Does the crone on the coin resemble the statue at the fountain at all?
No, it does not.
Okay.
The figurehead on the top of the fountain, as you all look at it, you realize that it's changed a little bit from when you first arrived. When you first arrived, it appeared to be a tall woman covered in golden leaves that shone. Just this beautiful, imposing woman. You don't know how you were able to tell this much detail from as far away as you were, but had that kind of kindness that is kind only to the extent that it wants to be. And if you don't fall in line with her kindness, you will be in trouble. Very regal figure wearing a crown of thorns. Now that you've kind of changed which angle that you're going at, it looks less like this woman and looks more like a man, a little bit shorter than the woman. Very rotund, big bushy beard. Still has kind of that golden sheen to him, but a little bit less so. Also wearing a crown, and he has goat legs. It seems like there's one more row before you're right up against the fountain.
Okay.
Somebody make a survival check for me.
Jasper?
Oh, let me. 33.
33?
Unless it's to track, in which case it's 38.
It is not to track. It is to find a way through these market stalls that have gotten almost impenetrable as you make your way through, but you finally are able to crawl past this little gremlin-looking guy until you are right up next to the fountain. It is a gorgeous 3-tiered fountain, water pouring down. It is easily 50 feet across at the base, and at least 40 feet tall. Multiple tiers, water spilling down, fountains coming up on each tier. The water has this liveliness about it, just jumping around. You see what appears to be naiads swimming through the water and just playfully splashing each other with this water. With all of the activity, you would expect it to have this absolute roaring sound, but it sounds no louder than a flowing, babbling creek. And all of the sounds of the Witchmarket seem to fade here. It feels less chaotic. It feels less extreme here. It just seems calm.
Jasper's still going to keep his distance and probably keep Smokey between us, because water is my natural enemy.
People make a perception check for me. 18, 16, 25, and 21. As you are approaching the fountain, you see what appears to be a woman pushing a little cart nearby the fountain. She seems to be the only one on this inner ring.
What kind of cart is it? What does the woman look like?
A little too far away to tell at this point. It looks like it's about a quarter of the way around the fountain. But 25 was the highest. From what you can tell, you realize the cart must be massive, because it seems like the top of it goes to the second tier of fountains.
Whoa.
It doesn't look like it's that big until you realize how far away it is, and you notice it's slowly making its way around towards you all.
Well, Bones, what say you get a cart like that one? Certainly draw an audience.
Oh, I'd really like that. You know how much stuff we could fit in a cart that's big, Moz? You think Otto could pull it?
Oh, I'm pretty sure Otto could pull anything. But now that I think about it, have you paid off your loan from your last cart?
Paid? Loan?
Well, listen. I am the owner of the cart. I haven't paid off the loan for Otto yet, but the cart is collateral for that loan.
Right. That checks out. But what's the point of having a fancy horse if you don't have a fancy cart to boot, right?
Well, to be honest, it's got a little nostalgia to it. My Uncle Artie gave it to me from his old circus, and so it's a little bit of home on the road.
Huh. Didn't know you had an uncle.
Myra.
Uh-huh.
As you're standing here, you hear a whisper in your head that says, "That one defiles that which is natural."
She blinks and looks down at her gun and kind of says, "Come again? Who are we talking about?"
The one you travel with. He is a defiler of nature.
She looks very nervously at Bonesaw and at the poor little Goodberry bush, and she feels a bit of a chill because she's not quite sure what this gun is capable of yet. So she thinks toward MG and says, "You know what? How about I handle this real quick? What if I manage to buy it from Bonesaw? Wait, I don't have any coin. Maybe I'll trade it from Bonesaw and see if I can hang on to it and then maybe give it to the Dryad."
Yes. Bring that plant piece, or I will.
You guys are popular tonight.
Myra is wondering what on earth she got herself into, and she says, "Hey Bonesaw, how about I trade you the coin for your Goodberry bush, and you can make the wish into the fountain."
Oh, I didn't realize that's what was happening with the coin.
Oh, I wasn't entirely certain, but Corinne frantically pulls up her character sheet to see what's in it, and she starts kind of pulling random things out of her bag, and she's like, I got some trail rations, I got a gunsmith's kit, I got a bedroll, I got a tent, I got a rope, and she's just like pulling stuff out.
Morning Glory is vibrating in her hand.
Well, to be honest, Myra, I know this plant looks scruffy, but it's actually worth quite a lot. As far as I know, it's something in the range of $8,000, and I was going to, if I could sell it off, use it to pay down my debt at the bank, assuming we couldn't get my blood. It's a whole string of obligations. But, you know, if you really want it, I can figure out something else, because we're dear close friends.
Let me hang on to that thought. And she kind of looks at her gun and thinks, like, so it technically belongs to my friend. And you can just tell that she's just kind of staring at her gun, not saying anything.
Bones, let's say you take the deal and you get this coin. What if you just wish for your debts to go away?
Well,
Ain't that simpler?
We don't know if it'll actually grant a wish. We're kind of... I mean, it might.
Moz will shoot a darting look at Myra.
And she goes, "Oh, shit. Sorry.
Myra, make a will save for
Oh,
me.
damn it. Here we go.
DC 11.
I did ask for this.
Oh.
14.
You feel your fingers start to twitch towards the trigger. Morning Glory whispering, "A defiler claims to own the nature and then destroys it. How dare he take this obligation upon himself? We must rid the world of his ilk. Don't you agree? Don't you see?" And just when Morning Glory says this, you feel your fingers like on the trigger and realize like your gun is pointed at Bonesaw, but you are able to pull back just in time.
Myra?
She drops the gun and is like, "I am so sorry. This gun is crazy."
I am not crazy, as you say.
Well,
I simply do not want to abide by those who would destroy.
Okay, so my gun has a very strong opinion about nature, and they're a little concerned about the Goodberry bush. They think that the Goodberry bush should be probably maybe treated a little better, maybe given some water, maybe some soil, better food, or something like that. The gun wants to apparently rid the world of people who defile nature. And...
defile's kind of a strong word.
I agree.
The gun clatters on the cobblestone.
Easy, gun. Easy. She picks the gun back up again and she goes, "Look, why don't we just take better care of the Goodberry bush?" And she looks at Bonesaw pointedly, like, yes, we're gonna...
Yes! How about this? I'm sort of, spacey and forgetful sometimes, but if you would like to help me take care of the Goodberry bush and make sure it's receiving the care it should, does that sate your gun's bloodlust?
What do you think?
For now. And it uncocks itself.
Jasper,
I was about to intervene here.
you happen to know a thing or two about plants, don't you?
Yeah, I was waiting for an opportune moment to interject myself there. Bonesaw, could I take a look at that there plant?
Abso-fucking-lutely. Here you go.
Alrighty, I do have knowledge nature. And when I was a school teacher, one of the subjects I taught was botany. I would like to take a look at this.
Go ahead and roll knowledge nature for me.
Alrighty.
I'm so sorry about this. I didn't mean for this whole campaign to be derailed by a Goodberry bush.
18.
You know this is a Goodberry bush. Frankly, the biggest problem with it is it has not been watered recently, and it has been kept in the shade. Typically, a bush like this needs to be kept in partial sunlight for at least part of the day. It needs to be watered every other day, and frankly, as you're looking at it, the only reason that this plant isn't dead is because it is a Goodberry bush that is a magical plant. If it was a normal plant, it would be dead.
So, I know that Mage Hand is like a spell that has a hand that is detached from you and carries stuff. Can I use it to transport a handful of water from the fountain to the plant?
Hey.
Magical fountain water.
Ooh. Go ahead.
This'll either work so well or we'll get murdered instantly or both.
Okay. Jasper, you think we can put some of that fountain water in that there plant and maybe give it some much needed drinks?
Just a moment here. First of all, Bonesaw, have you ever heard the farmer's formula?
No, what's that?
Well, one part sunshine, 2 parts water, 3 parts prayer. And I think that you have been given 0, 0, 0 here, judging by the condition of this here plant. You're going to need partial sunshine. You're going to need to water it once every other day. You're going to need to not carry it on your person all the time. I would suggest putting it in your wagon next to a window. Open a window a bit so that it does get partial sunshine, and you're going to have to nurse this thing back to health. As for the water, wow. I'd ask a local before I started taking any water out of that fountain.
Well, waiting's never been my strong suit. Trial by fire.
Okay.
That's the attitude. There we
Moss
go.
is gonna pull out his fiddle and for once cast a spell that doesn't deal fire damage. So it might sound a little janky at first, but he'll carry a tune that will try and carry just a little bit of water from the fountain. Not touching nobody, but just rehydrate the plant a little bit.
Oof. Okay. This is interesting. You scoop this water up, and normally you know how when you scoop water up with a hand, obviously the entire hand gets wet and drips water all around.
Mm-hmm.
There is no drippage. It is perfect. It seems to cling to the hand as Moz brings it over and pours it into the plant. There's a beat, 2, and then the leaves kind of start to perk up a little bit.
Yay! Is that it? No explosion?
Oh no.
Oh, no. Magic beanstalk scenario?
I need Bonesaw and Moz to make a will save for me.
Oh no. I am so we created a monster.
25!
A killer bush.
I get Bonesaw, but why is Moz being targeted by this? I'm doing my best to save. 13 for Moz, yep.
That's sufficient. It wasn't a high DC. As the leaves begin to get a little bit redder, they're naturally red, suddenly the plant shakes. More, and it starts to grow bigger. The roots break through the pot as it starts to grow bigger and bigger. It is heavy in your hands now, Bonesaw.
Oh.
Feed me!
Fuck the farmer's formula. I'm just going to feed it fountain water. Look at this thing.
Sad. Keep your voice down there, Bones.
As it grows, the leaves begin to turn towards you.
Oh.
You've never been looked at by a plant before, but suddenly you get the very clear intent that this thing is staring at you, and its leaves begin to rustle in a way that does not sound friendly.
On second thought, Jasper, Uncle Jasper, you want to take the baby?
What the?
He tries to hand it off.
Goodberry bush there. Goodberry bush. Easy now.
It starts to yell in this language at you, Bonesaw, and its leaves begin to rustle. Does Jasper take it?
Jasper takes it before he realizes what he's doing, and he is going to attempt to kind of modify handle animal into handle moving plant.
Yep, go for it.
29.
29, as this thing is straining against its pot to get at Bonesaw, Jasper, you manage to, like you said, you studied botany, so you know kind of how to take care of plants.
Yeah.
You brush some of the terracotta shards off of the pot off of its roots.
Yeah.
You treat it kind of as a mix between animal and plant. You pick off some of the dead leaves, groom it a little bit, and it leans up against you and kind of cuddles against you, Jasper, and just...
Come on there, little partner. We'll take care of you. I look at I look at Myra and say, I am not calling it Jasper 2.
Oh, that is a nice little plant that you have there. You all hear a voice from right behind you.
I only jump about 6 inches.
As you spin around, you see the cart has suddenly appeared next to you. It is incredibly tall and long, absolutely massive. You would guess it's probably, by itself, at least 30 feet long, 20 feet high, and yet this little old woman is pulling it along. She has long white hair, a face that is just scrunched up and full of so many wrinkles. You did not know it was possible for a face to have this many wrinkles. She looks impossibly old, wearing kind of a faded green dress. Her eyes are all squinty, smile on her face that is just, it's all skin, there's no lips to it, it's just a very happy old woman.
Oh.
Flowers in her hair, and she says, "You got a nice little plant there."
Yeah, ain't quite so little as it were a minute or two ago. By the way, I appreciate you taking the time and effort to speak our mortal language there, lady.
She smiles, and she's missing about 90% of her teeth. She has just like one top tooth, one bottom tooth in the grin. And she says, "Of course, it is always good to speak to those who are potential customers, especially after they have made their way all the way from the mortal realm of Albuquerque."
She knows where we're from.
Wow. You seem to know an awful lot about us. Might I have the honor of learning your name, madam?
She grins and says, "Names are something that are not often used in this place for fear of those taking it and not returning it."
I see. How about a term of address then? Because right now, the only thing I can think of is like cart lady, and that's probably not particularly a polite term. I don't know.
You may refer to me as Aggys.
Aggys.
Oh.
Hello, Aggys. Nice to meet you.
Wait. Is this the lady that the,
Is in charge of the whole Witchmarket? Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Myra, you realize that face on the coin is a dead fucking ringer for Aggys.
Jehoshaphat.
Myra looks at the coin. What is the coin doing?
Grinning and kind of pointing its head towards Aggys and nodding.
Myra hands over the coin. She says, I think this belongs to you.
She takes it, holds it up to her face really close, examines it. Yes, one of my tokens of appreciation. Why don't you hold on to it for me? And she extends and puts it back in Myra's hand. Thank you, Myra, my dear.
Oh.
How'd you know my name? Wait, dumb question.
Oh.
You're fake. You would know.
I know all of your names. Myra, Jasper, Moz, and she pauses, pointing at Bonesaw, and kind of cocks her head. You have many names, don't you?
Bonesaw is hanging on her every word.
But, come, you've traveled a long way, haven't you? I believe I have something for what you seek. Please, come, look. And she reaches a hand out and grabs Bonesaw's and starts pulling him, in particular, towards the cart.
Sorry, can we go back just a second to the name thing?
Yes, you call yourself Bonesaw, but I see other names for you. Templeton, Asharel. No, that one isn't yours. But it is linked to you. Oh, and she reaches up and grabs the cheeks of your mask like an old granny grabbing your cheeks and says, I see. Hello there, Mr. Angel. Come. Look at the cart. See what you can find, all of you.
Bonesaw seems kind of staggered, but he'll follow her guidance and peek into the cart.
She actually leads you all up. It was already a big cart, but as you get closer, you feel almost like you're shrinking down because this is getting bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where you walk into it and it feels like you're walking into a castle with a massive wall. Wow. As she opens a door for you to step in, Bonesaw.
Are you all coming?
Right behind you.
I think I have to. I got a hold of this here leash. How heavy is this plant now?
It is the size of probably like a 10-year-old child and feels as heavy.
Whoa.
Oh, good lord. Wow, no way to balance this on Smokey's back, neither.
Oh, I can help with that. I prepared just the thing. Bonesaw will pop the cork off of one of his prepared elixirs, drink it down, and then spit on Smokey's back.
What?
Because he has adhesive spittle.
Oh my god.
You were just so happy to have an excuse to use that, weren't you?
I've been waiting for a reason.
Yep, you found
That'll
it.
cost me $25.
Well, shit.
To wear off eventually.
Does Smokey want adhesive spittle on them?
Jesus Christ.
I'm assuming that was on the saddle.
Yeah.
Tell me it's not permanent.
It essentially functions as a Tanglefoot bag, so it'll wear off in time.
You stick the plant, who's still kind of cooing at you, Jasper, and the more you kind of are holding it, it's kind of wrapping around you like ivy almost.
I'm sorry about this, Smokey. Bonesaw is going to buy you a bag of apples when we get home.
Right on!
You know, Bones, this gives me an idea. If you spat on my boots here and I stepped on your shoulders, I think we'd be an unstoppable tower.
Yo, that's an idea.
You know, I could just give you spider climb moss. Then you wouldn't have spittle on your boots. No one wants spittle on their things.
Yeah, but I like the style of it.
Much as I admire the concept behind a zombie rap folk siege engine, I think we have other other elements we need to pay attention to here at the moment. Sorry about that distraction there, lady. We did have to secure this here plant before it suffered any more damage.
Aggys smiles and says, "Oh, that's okay. We'll discuss your payment for that in a minute."
What?
Hey, what
And she continues up in.
For the fountain water, probably.
Oh. Oopsie.
Wonderful.
Is my horse going to be okay outside here, lady?
Yes, nobody would dare touch anything that belongs to me or my customers without my permission. That would be bad.
Smokey, if you run into any trouble, girl, just whinny real loud and I'll come a running. I hope.
Smokey snorts, shakes her mane out, looks back at the plant.
I'm so sorry.
It just... The plant has both root legs kind of on either side of the saddle and has leaves wrapped around the saddle horn. Looks like a plant trying to ride a horse. It is disturbing.
Okay, Smokey, I have to admit that is kind of adorable looking.
You all arrive on the inside of Aggys's cart. The interior of this place is a veritable rat's nest, collections of things. Everything in here looks to be just small, cast-off stuff. A section of chain that's all rusted up, a small silver bell, a jar full of eyes, what appears to be just a ball of thread. You would normally think it would be like, oh, that's a thread for sewing, but then you look at it, it's like, no, somebody just has like a giant knot of rope that they were unable to do. And Aggys, as she steps in, says, "Please look around. I'm sure that you all will find something that catches your eye." And as she says this, immediately all of you start to feel small tugs at the back of your mind. Something in this cart pulling you in different directions.
Well, I'll be.
Is this a saving throw situation or just kind of a gentle...
Just a gentle pull. You get the sense there's something for you in this cart.
Well, we're all in the same place, so meet back in 10.
10 what?
Yeah, 10 minutes. Whatever you say, Bonesaw. Ooh, what is that?
Bonesaw will take the rest of his leash from Jasper and tie it around his waist for later.
That's Bonesaw nice.
Character development.
You all begin to scour around. Bonesaw, you almost feel like you're being pulled in two different directions. Myra, you feel yourself being pulled towards the back. Jasper, you find as you're walking in, you take an immediate right and then find yourself in an area full of jewelry. Moz, you see a stack of instruments that appears to be in the direction that you're being pulled.
Shit.
You quickly find yourselves alone in this massive cart. You feel a little bit of rocking as if it was moving. But overall, it is quiet. Myra,
Yes.
you actually stay next to Bonesaw for a little bit of a distance until you break off from him following this thread. And you find yourself surrounded by a bunch of hats.
Ooh.
And there's one in particular, an old, ratty cowboy hat. It doesn't look to be anything special. There's a bullet hole through the brim, leather, flop hat. It's so used that it doesn't even look like it's able to hold its shape very well anymore. The interior is being lit by these torches that burn with a natural light. It seems to be almost identical to sunlight in here. As the light reflects off of it, the shadows being cast by it seem deeper than should be possible.
Huh.
And Aggys is suddenly standing there in front of you.
Loga.
Oh, You found the hat. That would look quite stunning on you. Wonderful way for you to hide from those who will and currently hunt you.
Currently?
Yes. Oh, did you not know? Oh, I suppose that's yet to come, isn't it?
Does something happen when she tries to think of why?
She tries to think, and, she thinks about the railroad, the people that she's worked with at the railroad, some of the people that she's pissed off in the past, some of the people that she's hunted down. What is that she's forgetting? There's something not there. And Aggys just smiles again and says, "That's right, my dear. It's almost like you don't remember."
She is trying to think really hard and then shakes her head and goes, "You know what, I'll just take your word for it. I can't for the life of me think. I mean, I do have enemies for sure, but not that bad. At any rate, my friend Jasper actually could probably use a hat that casts quite a big shadow. Do you have two of these? Or is it just...
She smiles and says, "I'm sorry, Myra. It is a personal effect for you. You are in great need of what is to come. The sting of it might not be felt quite yet. But I guarantee, with this, no one would know where to find you."
She feels a very, very strong chill go down her spine, but she does not know why. But she picks up the hat and says, "Well, guess better to be prepared, better safe than sorry." And she kind of slithers her way back to the meeting place while contemplating what on earth is she forgetting.
As she does, Aggys is there right beside her and says, "Consider it. All it costs would be your name." Jasper, as you are walking through this area of beautiful jewelry, it is gorgeous. Some of it is gold, some of it is silver, some of it is metals that you don't even recognize. One looks to be electrum. One you couldn't even call it, is this greenish metal that you've never seen before. But you feel yourself pulled to a case with a bunch of silver pocket watches.
Oh, man. I approach slowly.
And one of them is familiar.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Is the case closed? Can I touch the watch?
As he approaches, the case was closed, but it opens up.
I'm going to reach out and I'm going to try and pick up that watch.
You pick it up. You turn it over. It's your pocket watch. You would swear on everything that you own that it is your pocket watch.
How is this possible? He realizes he's sitting on the ground. Doesn't really have any idea how he got there. His fingers are fumbling. He's shaking. And he is trying to get the latch open.
He presses it. He turns it. He presses hard on it, and it does not open. And as he looks, he sees that the chain itself, while it's dangling, appears to be pointing in a direction. And suddenly, Aggys is next to you. Quite the lovely little watch. Little tarnished, but a little. Nothing that a little elbow grease couldn't fix up.
God damn you, lady. What do you want for this?
She waves her hand over it for a second, and suddenly you realize as you're holding it that it's not quite right. It is glamored to look like it, but it is not quite right. And she gives you that same toothless grin and says, "It is not exactly what you are looking for, but it would be a way to find it, and a method for retrieving it. Quite simply, a way to find what you hold most dear. All it would cost you is the memories of your friends that you have made since you lost." Moz, you find yourself in the midst of all of these instruments. You see some violins made out of wood, a wood that you've never seen before, this black and impossibly dark wood. You see horns, pan flutes, an upright bass that is at least twice as tall as Bonesaw. But what you find most interesting, at the very back of all of these instruments, hanging is a set of silver violin strings with a knife next to them.
How big is the knife?
It is a dead ringer for a knife that was given to your older brother by your mother.
Shit.
A little whittling knife. Nothing fancy, but it is familiar.
Moz will go up to the strings and the knife and inspect them closely.
Aggys appears next to you and says, "What I offer you here is simple. A way out. A way that you would never have to worry about that," and she points at your violin. "Would not have to worry about that ever again. Well, you wouldn't have to worry about your commitment to it anyway.
At what price?
Quite simple. You would have to do the deed yourself, kill the imp, break the contract, sever it, and it would cost your favorite song forever, and all memories associated with it."
You're a real charmer.
Bonesaw, you're feeling this pull in two directions. In one direction is what appears to be a set of hats. The other one is what appears to be sewing supplies. Which way do you go?
Can he tell which tug is his and which is presumably Asharel's?
I don't think he can right now.
Okay. Bonesaw mutters, "Back off, Asharel, it's my body." And then he heads towards the hats.
He heads towards the hats and feels the pull stronger the deeper he goes. It goes from hats that are very fancy and like what you would expect the French aristocrats to wear, to gilded crowns, to beautiful, amazing circlets, until finally he finds a tarnished and broken ring of metal. Gold, silver, it seems to change as he looks at it. Scrawled across, it reads, "Scientia est clavis." Aggys appears again. This is all happening simultaneously throughout. And as Aggys appears, Bonesaw, you almost hear two voices speaking to you at once. You're not entirely sure how or why, but as you hear this, you realize she is not talking to you. She's talking to somebody else. This Well, I believe you know exactly what this is. You recognize it. All that you need for it is the knowledge of why you are here in this body. Why you have come here, and everything you've forgotten. And all that it would cost you is your final feathers. And then Bonesaw, when you turned to go down the hat aisle, you thought about it, and you don't want to go down that aisle. You go down the other way, towards the sewing supplies. You make your way down there, and after a bit, you come across a ball of twine that seems to be this mass of tangled threads reaching out and wrapping around. A silvery thread unlike anything you've seen. As you reach out to touch it, the strands wrap around your hand, pulling itself close and up into your hand. And suddenly Aggys is there. You hear two voices from her. It doesn't feel like she's saying the same thing as she says. This is quite simple, and I believe it's what you wished for. A way so they will never be able to leave you. None of them. They will be stuck to you, holding you close by. And all that it cost you. A chance for you to leave the past behind and to make way for the future. The memory of somebody who causes you pain every time you think of her.
No.
Your mother. We jump back to Myra. You've just been told all this would cost is your name. This hat that would give you a way to hide from those who will and currently hunt you. Aggys is walking along beside you as you try to return, but you make a turn, another turn. You should be right back at the entrance, but you find yourself surrounded by a bunch of foodstuffs, stored and drying meat, spices.
Where were we again? I'm sorry. This place is a lot bigger than what I would have thought.
All in time, my dear. All in time. Now what do you think?
She realizes that she's stuck until she makes a decision, which is great because she has choice paralysis. She looks down at the hat and she asks, "What do you mean my name?"
Your name would become mine. You would no longer own it. People who might know you when you walked past them on the street would not know you as Myra Sting any longer. You would leave everything about that person behind with me.
She is very conflicted because part of her wants to do that, to leave kind of everything behind. And it's one of the reasons that she gave up that dark secret in the first place. Because it's easier to sometimes just forget who you are. But she looks at the hat and then looks at the new gun that she has. And she realizes that she can't really make amends if she doesn't really know who she is. She can't really do right by people if she abandons the stuff that she's done. And now she's really regretting giving up that memory, that dark secret, because something that's been haunting her for so long is no longer haunting her, but now a piece of her and her mission to be better and to do better is now gone. So she grips the hat in her fist, and she looks at Aggys and says, I can't take the hat, because who I am was hard to get. It was hard for me to find. There's a lot of skeletons tied to my name, but I think I need to have that. And she looks at her finger, her missing finger, and she shows it to her and says, it's one of the reasons I decided not to get my finger back. I don't want to forget. I do want to forget, but at the same time, I don't. And I feel like that's an easy way out. So, no deal. And she tosses the hat on the ground.
As it lands, Aggys nods and says, a shame we weren't able to deal. It is a powerful name you carry. And she picks up the hat, tosses it, and it disappears. Just kind of, whoop. She nudges you forward, you turn the corner, and suddenly you find yourself back at the entrance, where you all split up. Jasper, you've been told that while this is not your locket, it would provide you with a way to find your locket and recover it. And all it would cost you is the memory of all of your friends after you died.
All right, for a long time, same as Myra, Jasper is just silent, feeling locked. And when he speaks, he says, this is what you want. Petunia, the children, all within reach. But it ain't them. It ain't no guarantee. You searched for 3 years and found nothing. Nothing but rumors and dead trails. But you didn't live during those 3 years. You went for 16 whole months without saying another word to another soul other than your horse. You could lose the chance to find them again. You may never get those memories back. Jasper slowly reaches towards his vest where he clips the fob for his watch, and it looks like he's about to attach the watch there with shaking hands when there's a rustling sound. And he reaches into the pocket and he pulls out a folded letter. No, that ain't true. There is a shining land beyond this one. I must have been there before Smokey pulled me back. There's a place where pain and loss are washed away. I'll see it. He shakes the letter at her. They're waiting for me. I may forget. I may lose my recollections, their faces and voices. But they'll be there. They'll remind me. He tosses the watch at her. I don't want none of this. All I am is the choices I've made. I am who I am now, and I'll be who I'll be. Keep your bargain, you cruel, cruel old woman. And he stands up, and he turns to walk away.
She catches the watch in her left hand, deftly. Her squinted eyes, that soft smile on her face, hardened as he walks away from her. She says, "It's a shame we couldn't do business, Jasper Graves. That mind of yours is wonderful." And as soon as he walks away and turns a corner, he finds himself face to face with Myra, who's walking out of a similar hallway.
Oh, hey Jasper. You okay?
He hugs her.
Oh.
Moz, you are standing here. You've been offered a set of strings for a violin and a knife. You've been told that you will be given a way to break the contract and not have to worry about that. You would have to kill the imp yourself.
With pleasure.
And all it would cost you is your favorite song.
And the memories associated with it.
And the memories associated with it, yes.
Yeah, that's a kicker. Moz will, I think, consider the offer for a time, but in the end he'll go, "Call me foolish, but I prefer the company of devils to salespeople. At least they're honest when they're screwing you.
Damn. Called out.
You can keep your damn silver strings. I don't want none of that."
She nods and says, "Very well. Run back to your friends, though we will discuss your payment for the water in just a moment."
And give up my theme song? Get me out of here.
You turn around and walk away, and much quicker than you got here, you find yourself back at the front with Jasper hugging Myra.
Oh.
Hope I'm not interrupting.
Oh, no, you're good. That's nice, Jasper. She returns the hug, but seems a little... She has no idea what brought this on, but she looks over at Moz and goes, "So, what'd you find?"
Nothing of value.
Jasper does when he pulls away from Myra. He reaches up to his face, wipes away a tear. I didn't think I could do that no more. Imagine that.
Are you gonna be okay? And she kind of lifts up a very dirty handkerchief to, like, dab it. Like, I don't know if it's gonna make you combust or...
You know, I think I am gonna be okay. I don't really know who I am anymore, but I'm gonna find out.
Myra notices the change in the accent and figures something along those lines had happened, and she just nods and puts away the handkerchief.
We return to not Bonesaw, because Bonesaw's in a different alley. Ash, in control of this body right now, looking down at a tarnished and broken halo that seems all too familiar. If only you could remember. Offered knowledge of why you are here in this small, limiting form, why you have to put up with this half-orc pushing you out. And all it would cost you is your final feathers.
Is Aggys there?
Aggys is there?
Is Ash still in Bonesaw's body?
He is.
Is he wearing the mask?
He is not.
Ash looks up at Aggys and says, "I could have all my memories back?
Yes, all of them.
I could know who I am and what I am and why I'm here?"
Yes, all of that. You would be able to know it and understand it.
What would it do to Templeton?
He is limited, as I'm certain you've found. I'm not sure how much of him would be left after such an event. Maybe a bare whisper, be able to come up to the surface every once in a while. Much like you, I suppose. How you were confined.
Do you know what they are?
She looks at him, takes the halo from him, and says, "I could venture a guess or two. I am not certain of the specifics."
Can you tell me, did I choose this?
I'm afraid I can't tell you that. But you know what could. And, as I said, I'm certain that your last feathers would not be of any use to you. Right?
I don't know. I don't know what they are. How can I make this decision when I don't know what I'm giving up?
That is life, though, for mortals, isn't it? They go through their entire lives making decisions, not knowing how it will affect them, and yet they do it all the time. Your friends right now are making the worst decisions of their lives.
Is there a time limit on the deal?
You have to decide now, before you leave the cart. You hear a clock ticking somewhere in the cart. Just a simple tick-tock, tick-tock.
Can I talk to Templeton?
She pauses for a second.
Out of character, it's totally fine if the answer is no, but I feel like Ash would ask.
I think with that question, we'll hop over to Bonesaw.
Oh, this is...
Bonesaw has been shown a way to make it so they will never be able to leave you. And all it would cost is the memory of his mother. A person that Aggys has pointed out has caused him no end of pain whenever he thinks of her, whenever he gets a message from her.
Alright, so, I need to ask some follow-up questions. I'm not agreeing to anything, alright?
Yes.
What would Jasper do? What would Myra do? This thing. Bonesaw holds up the metal spool of wire that is, glommed onto his hand. What does it do exactly?
It would prevent them from leaving you, from getting too far away. They would feel compelled to return. And if they didn't return, well, it would not be good for them.
It would hurt them?
Hurt is a strong word.
Well, Alright, no deal. First off, no deal. Even if this is the wish that brought me here, that's not... I want them to like me. I don't want them to have to stay with me. I just... Listen, you're a great big fairy lady. You don't know what it's like. I keep fucking things up, and they're going to get sick of it eventually and leave me behind, and I need something to fix it. To fix me, or to fix...
This will fix it. Even if they do get sick of you, they won't be able to leave you.
Well, I don't want to keep them around me if they hate me. That's not the point.
So your answer is no.
I don't want to be alone. But I don't want... They're my friends. And I care about them. And if that means... This isn't what I asked for, alright? It's stupid. Bonesaw throws it on the ground.
As it hits the ground, it splats, and some of the tendrils wrap around Aggys' feet and around Bonesaw's feet. And she says, "Very well. Then I will She pauses, cocks her head. I suppose so. Turn around.
What?
Turn around.
Is this a trick, or... Bonesaw peeks over his shoulder.
He sees what appears to be a mirror.
Is this one going to actually solve the problem? Because...
As he looks at it, he realizes the mirror is fairly badly cracked. It is fairly worthless as a mirror. Until as he looks into it, he realizes the version of him in the mirror is not wearing a mask. Ash is looking at Templeton, and Templeton is looking at Ash. Before suddenly, the mirror disappears. And Aggys turns to Ash and says, "I'm sorry, I do not believe that it will work out for you to speak with him. Not within my considerable power.
I don't remember hardly anything. Like you said, Templeton's limited, and I don't think my being can exist here in the same way that it used to. But I know that I was a warrior for good. And as much as I want to know, I can't destroy Templeton for my own sake, because that would be selfish. I'll find another way.
In a blink, Ash finds himself staring at Aggys, who is no longer this small, doting woman, but large, tall, imposing, standing over him, still looking as old, but much, much larger. And she says, "Foolish little angel, you and all your ilk, so high and noble, you will regret this." And she grabs him by the front of his coat and throws him through the aisle. Bonesaw.
What the fuck was that?
Sorry, it was a bit of a, it was an attempt at communication.
You really didn't get my good side there.
No, I didn't. It is unfortunate. Now, if you'll please turn this way, and suddenly, Bonesaw, you are hit by something that feels like a freight train that knocks you forward.
What is wrong with this place?
Nothing. Please come this way.
Oh, I really liked the idea that everybody was like hugging and having this nice moment, and Bonesaw just like skids into the room.
Oh yeah, that's definitely, yeah. Bonesaw is gonna just skid in.
You must be this sane to ride the cart.
Moz comes in, sees the hugging, and then all of a sudden, Bonesaw is just whee, boom, lands.
Ouch!
Bonesaw?
Welcome back, Bones.
You don't have to be rude about it just because I didn't want your fucking thread.
You okay, Bonesaw?
Okay, then.
Oh, can't hear you.
He hasn't said anything.
Jasper's laughing.
We'll take that as a no.
I have had better days.
Well, seems everyone's in one piece. What say we get out of here? I'm tired of shopping anyways.
Not quite yet, and suddenly Aggys is standing in front of you. Mr. Moz, you took something of mine earlier for your own personal use, and I am afraid that you will need to pay for that.
About that, Moz will pull out his handy haversack, and he's gonna rummage in through it for a little bit. And I think he's going to pull out the broken sword that he acquired from the Jackalope Prince.
Oh,
You know,
shit.
That's good.
I was really looking forward to putting this over my fireplace, but I suppose it belongs in your junk heap. Here.
Damn!
Fuck.
We're so feisty today.
Moz is pissed.
As he pulls it out, he feels, unlike when he first picked it up, this thing is thrumming with a power. Here, now that it has returned to its native soil. And Aggys looks it over, takes it, and says, "You're a rude little boy, but..." She looks it over, bites it with her teeth, licks it,
Oh no.
takes one finger and pokes it into the finger to draw a small drop of blue blood.
Ooh.
I believe this will satisfy. I am sorry that we were not able to make any deals, but you are always welcome in Aggys' cart. And remember, we always have what you wish for. and she snaps her fingers, and all of you are suddenly boom, 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 pushed out of the cart. And you're back on the street.
Well,
Who wants a drink?
Absolutely.
thought you'd never ask.
You all stand up, dust yourself off. The cart begins to make its way off around this endless circle around the fountain. You see off in the distance beyond the fountain that bright marquee that reads Raise, a siren song here in the Witchmarket to ease your woes and to drink away the pain of what you just experienced. Next time on Dust and Blood.
Yay!
Guys,
Wow, what a tour de force.
Oh my god, what a session! Dust and Blood is a Rolling Path production featuring Corinne Hill as Myra Sting, Blake Alfson as our GM, Zach Parker as Maz Copernicus Pryor, Keith Curtis as Jasper Graves, and myself, Gail Parker as Bonesaw. Our theme song is Dust and Blood by Arne Parrott, and other music throughout this recording is provided by Kevin Macleod, Tabletop Audio, Dark Fantasy Studios, and the Desperados 3 original game soundtrack by Filippo Beck Peccoz. Transcripts, detailed sound credits, and more can be found on our website at DustAndBloodPod.com. You can follow us on X and Facebook at DustAndBloodPod, or support us through our Patreon at Dust and Blood, where you can join our community Discord and get perks like our behind-the-scenes discussion show, The Roundup. We are so grateful for the support of our fans, people like Haas, Highland, Sleeve McDykel, and 50 Sloths of Grey. Dust and Blood releases monthly on the 1st, and our next episode is coming at you on January 1st. Content warnings can be found in every episode description, and we hope you enjoy exploring this fantasy western with us. Thanks for listening.
My eyes shoot open to the early morning sun. I feel that aching, pounding, poking of a bullet in my lungs. Skin is sealing, bones crunching. I feel that wretched ancient something drag me up to face that coward son of a gun. His face grows wide as he fumbles for his holster. I feel the lead pierce my shoulder, neck, and chest. I scream that I have died 100 times and lived 1,000 years, and I'll be damned if a boy like you's gonna be the best. Yes, I'll be damned if a boy like you's gonna be the best.
How long does that there scroll last there, Bones?
I am consulting my character sheet. Where the hell is
Oh,
it?
that sounds like a marvelous thing to be able to do.
Here's the question that I'll be very interested to see if you guys can figure out who Jack is supposed to be.
He keeps asking me, he's like, who do you think Jack is? Who do you think Jack is? And I'm like,
Jack the Ripper?
if he's not Jack the Ripper and he's not Jack the Giant Killer, then I'm out of Jacks. Like,
Well, there was Murderer's Alley, which would be a clue.
the belt around his neck.
He did seem to have an obsession with London. Mm-hmm. The only thing I can think of is there's also I think it's called Jack of the Rushes, who's kind of an Irish boogeyman, or
Ooh.
I think that's the name.
Blake's silence is telling.
Jack-o'-lantern kind of a thing.
I say nothing.